You have been lied to about discipline your entire life. Every motivational video, every self-help book, every productivity guru tells you the same thing. Just try harder. Wake up earlier. Push through the pain. But here is the truth that neuroscience has finally proven. Discipline is not the answer. Dopamine is. And by the end of this video, you will understand why your willpower keeps failing and exactly how to fix it. Let us start with what actually happens in your brain when you try to force yourself to do something you do not want to do. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational planning part of your brain, sends a signal that says do the hard thing. But your limbic system, the emotional survival center, sends a much louder signal that says this is painful, stop immediately. Here is the critical part. The limbic system wins almost every time. Not because you are weak, but because it processes information 12 times faster than your prefrontal cortex. You are literally fighting a system that evolution spent millions of years perfecting. A 2025 study from Stanford's neuroscience lab found something remarkable. People who rely primarily on discipline and willpower to achieve goals have a 78% failure rate within 90 days. But people who restructure their dopamine system around their goals have a success rate above 60% after a full year. The difference is not effort. The difference is brain chemistry. So what is dopamine actually doing? Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It is not. Dopamine is the anticipation chemical. It is released not when you get the reward, but when your brain predicts a reward is coming. This distinction changes everything. When you scroll social media, your brain gets unpredictable dopamine spikes. A funny video here, a shocking headline there. This variable reward pattern is the most addictive dopamine schedule known to science. It is the exact same mechanism that makes slot machines so powerful. Now here is why discipline fails. When you force yourself to do something boring after your brain has been trained on high dopamine activities, your brain literally perceives the boring task as painful. This is not metaphorical. Brain scans show that the anterior insular cortex, the same region that processes physical pain, activates when people switch from high stimulation to low stimulation activities. You are not lazy. Your brain is experiencing genuine discomfort. The solution is not more willpower. The solution is what neuroscientists call dopamine anchoring. Instead of fighting your brain, you work with it. Here is how. First, you create a dopamine bridge. Before starting a difficult task, spend 2 minutes visualizing the specific outcome you want. Not vague success. Specific, vivid details. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined reward and a real one. This visualization triggers anticipatory dopamine that carries you into the task. Second, use the 90-second rule. Research from the University of Pennsylvania shows that the urge to quit a difficult task peaks at exactly 90 seconds. If you can push through that 90-second window, your brain recalibrates and the discomfort drops by 40%. Set a timer. Tell yourself you only need to survive 90 seconds. Most of the time, you will keep going naturally. Third, stack your dopamine intentionally. Pair difficult tasks with small, natural dopamine triggers. Play a specific playlist only while doing deep work. Have your favorite tea or coffee during your study session. Exercise before your most challenging task because physical movement floods your brain with dopamine that persists for up to 2 hours. You are not bribing yourself. You are strategically loading your neurochemistry. Here is what the discipline culture gets dangerously wrong. They treat motivation like a moral issue. If you cannot push through, you are weak. If you need rewards, you are undisciplined. But neuroscience says the exact opposite. Your brain is a prediction machine that runs on chemical incentives. Working against that system is like trying to drive a car without fuel and blaming the car for not moving. The most successful people in the world are not the most disciplined. They are the best at engineering their environment and habits so that dopamine works for them, not against them. They do not wake up at 5 in the morning because they love suffering. They wake up early because they have built a morning routine that their brain genuinely looks forward to. That is the difference. Stop punishing yourself into productivity. Start building a life your brain actually wants to show up for. It begins today.